welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be making this delicious rainbow cake pop cake. And I'm super excited because I think that this is a great recipe for St. Patrick's Day if you're having a party, because it's kind of like cupcakes where you can kind of just like grab one and go. It's not like a cake where you have to spend time slicing it and everything like that. It's actually a super simple and easy way to make it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's get started with the recipe. So for this recipe, we are going to need some cake mix. Honestly, you could use whatever flavor you want. Blake got French vanilla, but I don't see why any other flavor couldn't do. So cake mix. And then you're gonna need, obviously, the ingredients for the cake mix. So mine calls for 3 large eggs, 1 cup of water, and 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. And then we are gonna need some frosting. So again, same thing, you can kind of pick whatever frosting you would like. We got white frosting, just to make it a little more noticeable with the colors. So that's how we did it, but you could do whatever you'd like. So you're just gonna need either some white chocolate chips or some melting candy melts to be able to coat your cake pops. And then we are just gonna need some food coloring. So very simple, very easy, and I think it's gonna be absolutely delicious. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees, or follow the instructions in the box if it says otherwise. So go ahead and do that first, and then we're gonna whip up that cake mix. I am using my KitchenAid mixer, but obviously any mixer will do. I just love my mixer so much. I am going to add my mix. Okay. Bet that double chin was real cute, wasn't it? Got my mix. I'm gonna go ahead and add my mix into my mixer. And then I'm going to add my 3 large eggs. So, is anybody playing Kingdom Hearts 3, or have you played it already? Because I am playing right now, and cooking with Remy is so freaking hard. Like, I feel like cooking in real life is so much easier than cooking with Remy, and I'm having the hardest trouble with the freaking salt and pepper ones. If you play, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're probably like, what do you mean? It's so hard, guys. Now I'm gonna add 1 cup of water. Again, it could be different depending on what cake mix you're using. This is one I'm using, and I'm just following the measurements from the box. And 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. Literally the hardest part of this recipe. And then obviously we're just gonna blend it all together. So this says low speed until moistened. And then it says beat at medium speed for 2 minutes. All right, so let's do this. Who needs a pot of gold when you have a rainbow cake pop cake? Essentially what I'm doing is just going until there's no more lumps. So that's my philosophy here. You can also obviously do this with just your own cake recipe that you like to use. The biggest thing with this recipe is just how we're gonna put it all together at the end. But you do you, friend. If you have your own frosting recipe, you have your own cake recipe, use it. I just went for simple today because I like to be simple, but you could go crazy with these. I was thinking earlier, like, you could mash some Oreos into the mix and make like a cookies and cream cake, or you could put some chocolate chips in there and do like a chocolate chip cookie dough cake. So the possibilities are endless, guys. I'm very excited. All right. So most of the lumps have come off. So here is what my batter is looking like. Just regular old cake batter. And now I am gonna go ahead and spray down my pan that I'm gonna bake it in, and I'm just gonna bake it like a normal cake. What the heck? I need a knife. There we go. All right, so these are the pans I'm gonna cook with. You do not have to use two. It's just that I don't have a huge cake pan. You're literally just cooking the cake till it's cooked. So you could use like a flat cookie pan if you want. Like, honestly, it doesn't matter. Just be prepared for the cake to rise, because if you're using something super flat, it could rise and, like, you know, overflow. So I'm just gonna be cooking them in here. And I will show you what it looks like when I get them all poured in. I literally just took some butter and just put it around the edges of the pan to get it nice and moistened, because I do not have spray, and I know some people prefer not to use spray because it does have a lot of chemicals, so that is another option you can use as well. Cake mix is so delicious. Alright, you all, so I just pulled the cakes out of the oven. They're looking beautiful, and you can see where I put the knife in to make sure that they are cooked. It did take 20 minutes to cook the cakes into the oven, but now I'm just going to begin folding them. So I'm just gonna basically go like this. You can see it's still a little toasty, so I'm gonna use a fork to kind of just mush it up, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, so here's what it looks like all mushed up. The reason I wanted to do it like this before I cooled the cakes was because this will cool them a lot faster if they're all mushed up like this. Like, this is basically like room temperature almost now, and I literally did it like 30 seconds ago. So it would have taken a lot longer if I had put it like in the fridge and just let the cakes cool first. So yeah, now I have this. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer it to a big bowl where I'm gonna add the frosting. Alrighty everyone, so I apologize if the angle is slightly different. I did have to take my phone off for a second. But anyway, I have my bowl of mushed cake here. So what I'm going to do next is add some frosting to make it very sticky. So we can go ahead and roll it into cake pop balls. So from what I read online, this is my first time making cake pops. We're gonna add a cup of frosting and then gradually add more until it's like the perfect amount of stickiness, which is basically sticky enough to roll into a ball without it being so sticky that it just sticks to everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that right now. When I was in choir in high school, we sang this song called The Garden Mother's Lullaby, and it's this beautiful song that I sung with my choir. I was an alto, by the way, and it's really beautiful. It's like, sleep my child fall. It's like really pretty, but when I was in high school, I liked to be dramatic with it and do the most dramatic Irish accent I could possibly mutter and drive my mom crazy. So I used to be like, sleep my child full, red bee hums, the silent twilight falls. And I'll never forget singing that song like 50 times a day and my mom begging me to stop. By the way, I'm not doing that to offend any Irish people. I'm obviously not Irish, so I don't do a good Irish accent. That was just lame old Marissa in high school who was very strange. I'm really excited because this is my first St. Patrick's Day knowing that I'm Irish, so I'm really excited to kind of have some Irish history in my bones. I don't know if we will be celebrating because we work in restaurants, so honestly we'll probably both be working and serving up alcohol and stuff to people who come to our restaurants. But, you know, you can still celebrate and have fun. And I'm excited because I just love learning about like, Irish history and stuff, even before I knew I was Irish. And yeah, oh my gosh, it just hit me that Brooklyn, one of my favorite movies of all time, the girl in that is Irish, and I'm Irish too. It's like we're practically related, guys. So it looks like the 1 cup actually worked very, very well. This is kind of what my balls are looking like, and they're not too sticky. So that's really clutch. So I'm basically, this is what it looks like. Very, very, don't worry, it didn't spill too much, but that's what it looks like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start rolling my cake pop balls and placing them onto parchment paper. And I'm doing these, I would say probably about 1 inch in diameter. I don't want them like huge because I need a bunch to make the rainbow. But I also don't want them so small that like the white chocolate is just like overpowering, you know what I mean? All right, so next I just took my balls and I made them into the shape that I wanted. This is just the lid of like a storage container, but it was blue, so I decided to use this because it kind of looks like the sky. So basically these down here are going to be the clouds, and then right up here we have the rainbow. So I started with 4 and then I just kind of built from there. I wanted to do all of Roy GBV, but I didn't end up having enough. So if you are having like a huge party or something like that, obviously you can do more balls and make bigger rainbows. I think that is awesome. I think these are perfect for a party because people can take them and snack on them. And also not just for St. Patrick's Day, like this would be great for a kid's party or, you know, like a gay pride or anything like that. So anyway, I just laid it all out. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the colors. So I will show you how that goes. I'm gonna start with white and then I will kind of work my way through. So for the clouds, obviously white. And then I think what I'm gonna do is just red, yellow, green, and blue. I think that's gonna be the easiest way to do it. But obviously if you have more colors, you can do the full colors of the rainbow. And it doesn't look like much now, but once we get those colors on, it's gonna look like the most beautiful rainbow. So let's get started. Okay, so I am now gonna take my candy melts or my white chocolate chips, and I'm going to go ahead and boil them until they are melted, and then I will be separating them into different bowls depending on the colors that I need. So obviously the biggest band of your rainbow is gonna need the most color, so you're gonna wanna make it the biggest pile for that. And then the clouds are probably the one you need the least of, or the smallest band is what you're gonna need the least of. So you're just gonna have to kind of eyeball it and see which colors are gonna need the most candy melts. So that is basically what I'm gonna do now. So I will show you guys with the green. So essentially, let me go ahead and mix this all together. And I'm gonna take a spoon, mix that up. If it gets too thick, obviously you can go ahead and put it back in the microwave and make it a little bit more moist and soft to be able to use. So once I have my beautiful color, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit in my hand. Yes, it's kind of messy, but I promise it works. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and start rolling, just like I did when I formed the dough. And some of the dough is gonna come apart, but that's okay because you're basically remixing it with the icing. And I know it looks disgusting, but it comes out very, very beautiful in the end. So I'm just gonna keep mixing. You're gonna like start to see it forming into green, so you're gonna wanna probably add a little more. And just keep adding green until you find the perfect consistency and color for you. So you'll see at the end you have a green ball. I'm gonna add a little bit more just to make it a little more green.
but I'm thinking that it looks really nice, and I think once you put it all together, it's gonna look like the most magnificent rainbow I have ever seen. Ta-da! All right, everyone, so this is how it came out. I won't say that I'm a Pinterest queen, but I think I did pretty dang good for my first try, and I think you guys could do even better, so send me your pictures if you try to create this. I think if you made it like huge, like if you're having a big party, it'd probably work out really, really well. But I think this is good, not even just for St. Patrick's Day, but for like kids' parties or gay pride or whatever. I think it's a cool concept. What do you think?
I think it's cool.
We're gonna try them now, so we'll see how they taste.
It's like cake batter. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Please send me pictures on Instagram or on Facebook if you create this recipe. And I hope that you're having a wonderful rest of your week. I will see you on Thursday with a new vlog. Bye!